Professional sports. Everyone has their favorite team. Myself, I root for my home teams in Detroit. But I'm not here to talk about the teams themselves. I'm here to talk about the growing cry about player salaries being too high. And to be more specific, I'm going to talk about why the player salaries are flying the way they are. You might be thinking that I'm a little crazy for saying that individuals being paid millions of dollars for doing something that they love and have been doing their entire lives, right? Well, to put this into perspective, let's look at the average amount of years that players have to earn money compared to the other jobs in the U.S. But first, let's start off with your average first college student graduate. Let's say 24 years of age, which is actually the national average according to studies done by the American Council on Education. Starting from that age, an individual would have approximately 40 years of being able to work until they are retiring age. Now let's take those 40 years and times it by the average salary of a college student, which is about $45,000, from a study done in 2013 by the National Association of Colleges and Employers. Without accounting for inflation and raises over that 40 years, that comes out to approximately $1.8 million a college student stands to make throughout their working age. That sounds pretty good if you ask me. But first, let's go into the athlete side of the house. Now, for professional athletes, we're going to use the starting age of 22 years, which is the high school graduate age, plus 4 years of collegiate competition. Taking the average amount of years played from all 4 major sports in the U.S., you come up with about 5.5 years on average of playing time per athlete. When you average out all the wages of all professional players, you would come up with an average of about $3.1 million a year. But that number is skewed due to the higher salaries of proven veteran players. And if you look at the wages of athletes that are under the age of 27, in fact, most of them will never even see near $3.1 million a year. And most make approximately $750,000 a year. So using those numbers, a typical athlete stands to make approximately $4.1 million over their career. Now, you might start thinking that's more than enough money to last anyone, but in reality it isn't. So did you know that after retiring, most athletes have only the first 5 years after they retire, depending on which sport you play, of having their medical bills covered by their teams? And that's only if you meet the minimum amount of years to qualify. For example, in the NFL, players must play at least 3 years to qualify retirement health care, which only lasts for 5 years. Generally, most of the late age or late health problems that occur from sports injuries happen outside of this window. So any medical care must be paid by the individual. Knee replacements, back surgeries, physical therapy sessions, and other medical procedures over the range of 40 years takes a major amount of money away from the player's retirement. So, the next time you hear someone complaining about how much professional athletes are making, just kind of remind them to let them know that there are a lot of expenses that go into their daily lives after they retire. Medical bills, the wear and tear, compensation for the brutality of the nature of the sports, those all go into a factor of athletes' salaries. Thank you all. Have a nice day.